Alright, hello. We're going to start a new chapter today. We're going into electricity. This is section 9.1, electrical energy. What we need to do tonight, just like every other night, you're going to have to complete all the Instagrams. You know how to do those. Put those in your science vocabulary folder. You write the essential questions and answers in your notebook. And as usual, we'll complete flashcards in class tomorrow. Let's start by looking at our essential questions. They're pretty simple. How is static electricity formed? We're going to look at that in class a lot. What happens when electrical charges build up? And we're going to look at how electrical currents move. Now let's go to our vocabulary. Our first word, current electricity. Current electricity is simply a moving electrical current. Our next one is one that's familiar to you, conductor. Just like when we talked about heat, a conductor is material through which heat or electrical charges flow easy. As you can see in the picture here, most of these conductors are metals such as aluminum, cast iron, brass. One of the best that you'll see used a lot in electricity is copper. Another familiar word for you, insulator, material through which heat or electrical charges do not flow easily. As you can see again in this picture, most of the time they'll use a rubber or plastic type coating on wires to insulate them to keep the electricity in, and they also keep you from getting an electrical charge yourself. Let's look at how electricity moves now. First, we'll talk about parallel circuit. Parallel circuit is where each object is connected to a separate cell. If you look here, here's your battery. Then you have your switch, and each one is individual. So if one goes off, the other two will still light. Next, we have a series circuit. A series circuit is where all objects are connected in a single path. You see your source, and you'll see your wire goes this way through each one. So if this one were to stop working, then this one would not work either, because there would be no power to it. We'll see an example of both of these type circuits when we do our snap circuits. Our next one is a fun one. It's static electricity. The buildup of electrical charges on a material. I know you've all experienced this before when you've touched something and got a little bit of shock. That's static electricity. And we're going to talk about how those build up and what causes your hair to like hers. And that's it, guys. Easy stuff today. Here's our essential questions. How is static electricity formed? Static electricity is formed when there's a buildup of electrical charges. And as you'll see in some of our experiments we'll do with our balloons, when we rub those against things, all the positive charges will come to one side, and that's what causes, and the negatives will go this way, and that will cause your static electricity to discharge. Essential question number 2, what happens when electrical charges do build up? Normally when they build up and get to a certain point, they're released through electrical discharges such as lightning. Lightning is just an electrical discharge on a larger scale. Number 3, how does electric current move? Electric currents move along a path called a circuit. If you'll recall our vocabulary words, we have parallel and series type circuits, and we're going to discuss both of those. Alright, that's easy enough. So before class tomorrow, what we need to do, we need to complete our Instagrams, including definition, hashtag, picture, and a good sentence using the word correctly. Make sure you don't just throw the word into any sentence. You have to make sure you have written your essential question and answers in your notebook. And we'll finish the flashcards and review those in class tomorrow. Be prepared to be electrified by this unit. See you in class.